Mario and Luigi Brothership was easily one of the most exciting announcements of the recent Nintendo Direct for many different reasons. It's the first time in almost a decade that this series has been brought back with a brand new entry and what people felt would never happen after the destruction and bankruptcy of Alpha Dream, the developers behind the series. But like I've stated many times, just because a company is not around that makes the game doesn't mean the game cannot come back in some way, shape, or form. And now we have a full-fledged console Mario and Luigi game. And while that's great, there has been a number of things to pop up with this game already. And in this video, we're going to break down exactly what this is about, why you should be excited, why I'm excited, who is the mystery developers that are making the game, and what this means for the future of Mario RPG games and the franchise specifically with Mario and Luigi. But before we get into all of that, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you are someone new, and click that notification bell to get my Nintendo Switch and RPG videos first. And let's go ahead and jump right into the game. For those who missed the announcement or want to know more about what Mario and Luigi Brothership is all about. So Nintendo did recently announce Mario and Luigi Brothership for the Nintendo Switch. It will officially launch on November 7th of 2024. As a side note, I love the fact that many of the major announcements from the Nintendo Direct actually got release dates specifically or a release year. Now let's go ahead and jump into the overview here of the game. I never actually read this out, so it'll be cool to see what Nintendo said. So all aboard for an island hopping RPG adventure starring Mario and Luigi. The brothers are back for a brand new entry in the Mario and Luigi series where they set sail on the ship-shaped island, part ship, part island, to navigate the vast world of Concordia. Play as the mustached pair and explore islands that range from tropical rainforests to bustling cities. Along the way, meet new friends to help you on your journey and encounter familiar faces from the Mushroom Kingdom like Princess Peach and Bowser. Keep the brothership afloat and rely on Mario and Luigi's bond to save the day by employing Bros moves to get past obstacles and powerful Bros attacks to claim victory in a dynamic twist on turn-based combat. So that is the description. I love what they talked about here, and they even gave us a little bit more information that I didn't know about when it comes to some of the different islands and what you're going to be able to go through, because there's multiple different areas on there. And of course, we saw the trailer where there was just so much cool Bros actions that you can do and different platforming and environmental stuff as well. Mario and Luigi is a very dynamic game, whether you're in combat or you're out of it, doing different things. So I love the fact that they're able to bring this back. But there's been one big thing that people are wondering, wait a minute, Alpha Dream is no longer here, so who is developing this game? Well, let's talk about that just a little bit. So there's been a couple rumors, and then we'll go over what Nintendo has said officially on the matter. I think actually we can start with what Nintendo's said officially, then we'll go over some of the rumors. So shout outs to VGC with the beat on this one, and they stated that Nintendo won't reveal Mario and Luigi's new developer, but says original staff are involved. Alpha Dream did close all the way back in 2019. So Nintendo won't reveal who's developing. It's just announced Mario & Luigi Revival, but claims that some of the series' original developers are involved. So Mario & Luigi Brothership, once again, is the first Mario & Luigi series game in almost a decade at this point, but we don't know what's going on with who's developing the game. Now, when asked about who's making the game, a Nintendo rep told GameFile recently, quote, "Some of the original developers who worked on the franchise are involved in the development of Mario & Luigi Brothership. For more information about the developers, please stay tuned to the game's credits at release." Now, the claim that the original staff are working on Brothership, VGC writes, seemingly doesn't provide any significant hints at who its developer could be, since some key Alpha Dream developers already work at or with Nintendo. For example, Hiroyuki Kubota, Alpha Dream's former development manager, joined Nintendo-owned Monolith Soft after his former employer's closure. Series director and producer Yoshihiko Maekawa recently supervised the Nintendo Switch remake of Mario RPG, and producer Akira Otani remains at Nintendo. Nintendo has acted unusually secretive about the developers behind its recent collaborations, frequently declining to confirm the identity of game creators until after release. Previously, Nintendo declined to confirm who the new voice actor behind Mario was until people with early copies of Super Mario Wonder discovered it in the credits. After that, it was similarly secretive around the developer of Switch's Super Mario RPG until its identity was discovered on a store page. The company was also secretive about the developer behind Princess Peach Showtime, declining to confirm if Goodfield was working on it when asked. So this is a very interesting dynamic that we're seeing here, with people really wanting to know who's making it, Nintendo's publishing it. And I think that this is a double-edged sword, right? We can talk about this. If you know who's making it beforehand, it can be a very positive thing. If Monolith Soft is making the game, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, Monolith Soft, they're awesome. But if it's a developer that people necessarily don't like, or a group of people that they don't like, then it might be, oh, wait a minute, now this game might suck. We've seen that all the time. Now, let me give you guys an example of this. There is some rumors online right now. There is a person who covers the Mario and Luigi games very well. His name is Lizardy, or Lizardly. I'll put it right here for you guys. And he stated on Twitter, I believe I now have full confirmation that Ilka, or ILCA, the people who developed Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, are developing Mario and Luigi Brothership, and he's got a video coming on that. Now, there are some people that are saying, well, Monolith Soft, since they had some of the former staffers. So right now, we don't really know, but if it is Ilka, if that's how you say it, or ILCA, if it is them, then clearly people are going to have more of a negative thought about this game beforehand because of their work with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, or because they didn't like Sandland or One Piece Odyssey, or the games that they worked on, instead of judging and waiting till the game actually comes out because it's a Nintendo published title. So once again, I see it on both sides. You want to know who's actually making the game, you know, what's happening beforehand, so you can think, okay, these people are doing it great, give them credit. But at the other time, people are also super judgmental when it comes to certain developers and what they're doing. So I think it's best to really just kind of wait, maybe, and we'll see who developed the game, or Nintendo will talk about it beforehand, or whatever the case is. But either way, that's who potentially could be developing the game. It could be that there is Ilka, in addition to parts of Monolith Soft, in addition to parts of an internal Nintendo team, in addition to parts of whoever else is going to be working on the game. So we'll know. All I do know is that when I saw the game, I was extremely excited for it. So I don't really care which parts, bits, and pieces are working on the game. It's great to know if they're going to tell us, but if not, all they got to do is just show us how good the game looks, and they did that in spades. So here's why I'm very excited for this game. One, graphically, I love the style. This is a perfect way to bring over that unique pixel art style and animation that they did on the GBA and the Nintendo DS, and they brought it over spectacularly to the Nintendo Switch. Now, obviously, it's still not pixelated, but the animated type of cel-shaded look to it that kind of gives it more of a drawing and more of a sleek vibe to it is just perfect. What the Mario and Luigi games would seem like on a console. And on top of that, if you look at what they've done, the bros attacks in this game just have a whole new flair to it. It looks so much better than playing on a GBA or the Nintendo DS, and it looks like they truly evolved the series. It doesn't seem like it's going to be exactly the same because of the different bros attacks, and obviously the massive jump in horsepower from GBA and DS to the Nintendo Switch. That's like skipping a couple gens there in terms of power-wise. So I do think that it's pretty cool that we're going to be able to get this game and play it this year. So to me, that's also more exciting, to when you show off a game for the first time. We didn't know it was coming. There was nothing that leaked about this game, and then you say, hey, in a number of months, you'll be able to play it as well. So it is a surprise announcement. It is a cool looking game with all different types of different locations and places to go, sleek graphics. The music seems like it's going to be good. The effects and animations. Then on top of that, you're going to be able to play it early November. That to me is the best way. And to me, huge kudos and huge points to Nintendo to actually having the games ready to go when you show them off in that same year. Now, it doesn't always work out that way. play obviously Metroid Prime and other titles, but for this one, it really did a great job of getting people excited. And I think that even if you're not a big RPG fan yourself, you might want to check this out because this could be the game that kind of converts you because of the active battling system that they do have in the game, to where you're constantly making sure that you have to defend and do different things with the bros attacks or on defense, blocking attacks or other things. It's kind of like the Mario RPG series that we've seen with Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, other Paper Mario games, and Super Mario RPG, but it's blown up to a little bit of a different degree because of the type of things that happens. It's not the exact same type of RPG that you would see in the previous one. So that's very exciting for this game, and I'm super hyped to be able to play it later this year. Now, I do feel that this is going to be huge for the Mario series. Nintendo has intentionally set things up this way, to where they hit us with Super Mario RPG last year, then they also hit us with Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, but both of those are remakes. Those are not new games, and now they're hitting us with a brand new Mario RPG game that I think that probably has a bit more worldwide and massive appeal than the Mario RPG series. And the reason why I say that is because it doesn't have like the paper aesthetic, which some people are going to love, some people are going to hate. This game just has a normal kind of like sleek aesthetic to it, so it could maybe appeal to more people with that, especially with that debut trailer. Once again, the paper aesthetic isn't necessarily pleasing to everybody, but a standard Mario and Luigi game that looks like this, to me, has a bit of a bigger reach, in my opinion. And if you look at Super Mario RPG, obviously that's a little bit of the basics or beginning of the Mario RPG series, but Mario and Luigi was a game that truly innovated when it came to the portable side for that series and what people loved. And now we're getting a full-fledged console game. So I do think that Nintendo was looking at the sales of Super Mario RPG, looking at the sales of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and looking at the sales of Mario and Luigi Brothership and saying, okay, what's going on here? Where should we kind of pivot when it comes to the RPG Mario series? And honestly, I think that Mario and Luigi has the chance and probably will be the best selling one out of these three that have released, because the previous two are re-releases. Yes, the remakes and they look a lot better in everything, but generally the content is pretty much about the same with a few added additions and quality of life features. This is a brand new game, so a brand new game always has a lot more spotlight, and people are willing to try out something completely brand new over sometimes of what they've played before, or maybe like, okay, I've seen that game, I've already watched it, this is brand new. So I do feel that this has the opportunity to be the best selling Mario RPG game of all time, beating out, if you just include all the Paper Mario games, even the ones that aren't quite as RPG like Super Paper Mario, but has some of those elements. I think this has a chance to beat that out, and I think that's around 4 million plus to 5 million. So I think this game could truly beat that out. And it's November 7th, right there in the holiday. I think there's going to be plenty of kids and of course adults that are ready to play this game. So I think that overall it's exciting for everybody involved. But I do want to talk about one more thing when it comes to Mario Luigi Brothership, and kind of goes into what I discussed before with being excited for the game. I think that the game is going to be surprisingly long with this, because if you look at the description about what they said about it, there's going to be multiple different locations. There's going to be tropical rainforest, they said, bustling cities, and explore islands. So there's multiple different islands in this whole area, which we did see at the beginning. So that gives me belief that, hey, this could be a very long experience, and it could have more replay value than we imagined. And I'm hoping the difficulty is also there. I know that they don't usually do difficulties for these Mario and Luigi games. Haven't really heard too much about it, and I know these games aren't meant to be, you know, Elden Ring or Dark Souls or whatever the case is, but I'm hoping that they actually have that in there for replay value purposes, in addition to just providing people with a little bit more of a challenge, since this game hasn't been around for a while. You probably have a number of people that grew up with this game when they were kids and then now are playing it as adults. I do think that there's going to be a lot of people, because how certain, I would say, like 20-year-olds think about Mario and Luigi is very different from the generation before that, or so, that loved growing up playing Super Mario RPG or even Paper Mario, right? Because that game's 20 plus years old at this point, that franchise. So I do think that it's going to be very exciting to see these different islands and what they do here. So I'm looking forward to all of it. I think it's going to be awesome. But what are your thoughts on Mario and Luigi Brothership? What are some of the things that were in the trailer that you spotted out that you thought was really cool and you want to talk about, or let me know? I will be reading through the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other Nintendo Switch and RPG videos right here on screen. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.